So as I'm going along, chopping and dropping the pea vine, the dry pea vine on the ground, I'm also observing living plants along the way and seeing if there's anything I need to do to tend to their care. So here's the cucumber plant growing up inside that tomato cage. And I wanted to show something. This is a good example, I think, of letting your plants be your teacher, just by observing. So I looked at, this vine coming down, green and looks nice. Then it starts to yellow and go brown, and then thin out. There's something's been munching on it, and I saw what it was. It was a roly-poly. Got camera shy and went away, so I can't show you the roly-poly. But that's what was eating that. And then, you go back up this direction, and it's green again, right here. So it's not completely dead yet, but it's going to be. And it can't thrive with this being, smashed and eaten and drying out. Look at that. That vine is just not green anymore. So if you travel, let your eye go on up the vine, even though it looks green. Look what's happening to the cucumbers on that vine. So let me pull it off. You can look at this vine. That cucumber is not developing anymore, and it's already changing to yellow and brown. So this vine has to be taken off because it won't survive this. This is going to kill the whole vine. And the rest of the plant is doing fine. And so for me, the lesson is, pick up the rest of the vines up off the ground so you don't lose cucumbers and vines. So I went around the plant and I just picked up some of them, stretching some of these out here along that trellis up there. I pushed some of them up and into the tomato cage. A lot of it had grown up there itself naturally, but some of the vines ended up on the ground. So I just went around and picked them up and draped them and tucked them in, trellised them up off of the ground. And then this one that's dying has to come off. So, and that's why I always say that you are the best gardener in your space, because this type of thing is by observation. In your yard you might have no roly-poly impact at all and let your cucumbers drape all over the ground and say, oh, I don't have that problem. Bugs don't get into my cucumbers. But for me in my yard, I will probably in the future always be cognizant as my cucumber is growing to work on anything that doesn't naturally head up the trellis. I'll do it, myself with the vine and drape it up and in there, and be conscientious to pick it up off the ground and not have it grow on the ground at all. If that's what's going to happen to it, I'm going to lose plants. So lose entire vines and a couple of cucumbers. Okay, and one more garden choice for this area. As I chopped and dropped this pea vine, I opted not to harvest pea pods from it. And so, why not? That's, again, by observation. I noticed that this pea vine wasn't as productive as the other ones going down the row, and there was more bug damage on it than the others. And so, thinking it over, I thought, that's not the pea vine that I want to propagate. So you can think about that when you collect seeds. Did this seed come from a good plant that was producing a lot, that was healthy, that not a lot of bugs were attracted to? Those are the kind of seeds I want to collect and propagate, because you're propagating the plant that was growing. So if it didn't look quite right, then I don't collect seeds from that one. This one looked fantastic, and I'm going to hope that there are lots of peas on there as I go through and chop it down I'm hoping I'll get a lot of seeds. This one was super productive. Every time we came out here there were new peas growing, and we ate so much from this spine, and there had very little bug impact on this plant at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing what all I can collect from here.